The time is 10 a.m. and this is WKYT Midmorning. Friends are remembering aspiring track star Trinity Gay, who was shot and killed at just 15 years old.
Lexington police are still searching for a creepy clown behind a string of gas station robberies.
And a retail giant is bucking a trend this year. We'll have details on Macy's Thanksgiving Day plans. That and your Kentucky forecast on WKYT Midmorning.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day out there. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. A little bit of everything in the weather this week.
That's right.
I think it'll please everyone at some moment in time.
It'll please some, and it will make some say, what's going on here? But regardless, it's going to be a lot to keep track of. Meteorologist Micah Harris is in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, and it's a good-looking day. I mean, we have a lot of sunshine outside. Not only that, but the temperatures don't feel all that bad right now. We're at 70 degrees already. In Frankfort, a lot of sunshine down south, east, west. It really doesn't matter where you go. Everybody dealing with that. But once we get into the afternoon, a couple of clouds. No rain chance for today. It's at 80 to 83 degrees. And it's getting warmer each and every day. You got to remember, this weekend we were 80 to 83. Now we're going to be anywhere from, I would say, 81 to about 85 today. We could reach a record. There's a big contrast of temperatures the next several days. We go really warm now through about Wednesday and then get really chilly Thursday, Friday, well, really Friday into your weekend. I'm going to show you how cold we get and finally some rain. I'll have that coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, some extremes. Let's get to the news now.
We begin this mid-morning with the latest on a tragic crime that has people all over the country, the sports world, talking about this morning. The daughter of Olympic sprinter and Kentucky native Tyson Gay was shot and killed over the weekend in Lexington.
A real tragedy. Trinity Gay was 15 years old. Lexington police say she was caught in the crossfire early Sunday morning as people in two cars shot at each other outside the Cookout restaurant on South Broadway. 3 people are now charged in connection with Trinity's death. Devonta Middlebrooks, Chazare Taylor, and his son DeMarcio Taylor are each charged with wanton endangerment. The 3 men will be in court this afternoon. According to their arrest citations, all 3 men admitted to firing shots.
Trinity was following in her father's footsteps as a track star at Lafayette High School. But her sudden death has her family, friends, and teammates trying to cope. Trinity's fellow students took a moment to honor her this morning, and they plan to do so again during a vigil this evening. WKYT's Lauren Miner is live at Lafayette High School with more on the vigil being planned. Lauren.
Good morning. Well, as you said, a moment of silence was held this morning for Trinity Gay at Lafayette. Students and staff are still coping with the devastating loss of the young teen. Each homeroom class this morning gave students time to discuss how they were feeling. Grief counselors are also here at the school today, talking with students who need additional support for coping. Family and friends say this young athlete was a star on the track and always had a way of making others laugh. Trinity's friends say during a time like this, it's important to be together and spread her memory to others. Family and friends are planning a vigil to remember Trinity tonight. The vigil will follow tonight's freshman football game here at Lafayette around 8. Everyone is invited to attend and is encouraged to wear pink or purple.
Everybody just remember her as someone that was helpful, funny, just a good person to hang around. She can make friends with anyone. I just hope everybody just gets together, have a good time, and just remember Trinity as how she was.
Here in just a few minutes, we are going to be talking to the principal of Lafayette, along with a staff member who says that she was extremely close to Trinity, and you will hear from both of them coming up today at noon. Reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you. And city and state officials, as well as other Olympians, have been sharing their thoughts about Gay's murder. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray released a statement saying, quote, "Tragedies like this require us to pull together as a caring community, and we are doing that." Governor Matt Bevin tweeted, quote, "This senseless and tragic violence needs to end. How truly heartbreaking this is." And Fayette County School Superintendent Manny Kalk said in part, quote, "Our hearts are broken over this loss of Trinity. Please join us in keeping the Gay family close in thought and prayer. Many more have taken to Twitter and shared their thoughts and condolences as well. We've compiled a running list of people who are tweeting using the hashtag TrinityGay. You can read those if you choose today and keep up with this developing story on WKYT.com. Gay's death is one of 2 deadly shootings in Lexington over the weekend. The coroner says 27-year-old James Blair of Lexington died after being shot early Sunday morning. Police say he was shot in the parking garage of Chase Bank on East Main Street. He was gone by the time police got there. They say Blair showed up at a nearby hospital before he was then rushed over to UK Hospital where he died. And police say they have identified a person of interest in the case, but they have not released any more details yet.
New this morning, at least one person was forced from home following an early morning fire in Lexington. It happened at a duplex on Huntsville Drive off Augusta Drive in the Eastland Parkway neighborhood. Crews say only one of the residences was damaged by fire, but both were damaged by smoke. No one was injured in the fire. Firefighters are still trying to figure out how it started.
Lexington police are looking for a man in a clown mask who they say has now robbed 4 gas stations in the last 2 days. The most recent this morning at the Shell near Manowar and Nicholasville Road. 3 other gas stations were robbed yesterday morning. Investigators believe a silver or gray Chevy Impala may be involved in the crimes.
Lexington police say another gas station was also robbed overnight, but they do not believe it's related to the string of clown robberies. Police say a man pulled a large knife on the clerk at the Speedway at New Circle and Meadow Lane. He was wearing a mask, but police say it was not a clown mask. Well, at last check, no charges have been filed in a deadly Southern Kentucky shooting.
The Whitley County coroner says Stephen Pataki died Saturday around midnight. Police say Pataki had been shot several times last Thursday. The Corbin Times-Tribune reports that Pataki's wife told police that she shot him, but that she did not mean to shoot him. The paper reports that charges are currently pending in the case, and police are waiting for the results of an autopsy before going forward. Just into our newsroom, the coroner has identified the victim of a deadly crash in Nicholasville. The Jessamine County coroner says 29-year-old Cameron Pittman died in the crash at the intersection of US 27 and Elizabeth Street last night. Investigators say Pittman's car hit a semi-truck that was reportedly turning into a nearby gas station.
State police have identified 3 people killed in a Perry County crash. It happened Saturday afternoon on Kentucky 7 in Cornettsville. Police say a car hit a truck at the intersection of Kentucky 699. The coroner says both drivers, Christopher Hill and Christopher Sams, died at the scene. Police say Sams' passenger, Harold Halcomb, later died at the hospital.
Well, millions of dollars will be released to Kentucky's state colleges and universities today. Governor Matt Bevin has cut the money from the schools' budgets. That happened back in the spring. But Democratic Attorney General Andy Beshear sued, calling the cuts illegal. Last month, the state Supreme Court sided with Beshear. According to the Attorney General's office, Beshear and Bevin have signed an order to release the money to the schools today.
Richmond City officials will swear in their newly appointed police chief this morning. Former Frankfort Police Lieutenant James Ebert will be the new police chief. The ceremony was at 9 o'clock this morning at Richmond City Hall. That event was open to the public and attended by many. Well, retail giant Macy's is bucking a recent trend and will remain open on Thanksgiving. Its stores are expected to open at 5 p.m. Thanksgiving Day, an hour earlier than last year. This year, several major retailers and shopping malls said they would close their doors for the holiday so their employees can celebrate with their families. FedEx Ground is looking to hire drivers and package handlers in eastern Kentucky. The company will host a seasonal job fair in Hazard tomorrow. Qualified drivers must be 21 years or older, have clean driving records, and customer service skills. Handlers must be at least 18 years old and be able to load, unload, and sort packages. The job fair will be at the Kentucky Career Center job site on Roy Campbell Drive in Hazard. It starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
All right, an opportunity for some seeking employment right now.
Well, you start seeing all of that. The season is starting. We're starting to get into that holiday season. Well, keep it right here on Mid-Morning. Still ahead, a Minnesota couple makes possibly one of the cutest swaps for their wedding day. They trade in flowers for puppies. That story after Micah's forecast.
Got a good looking one in store too the next few days. It gets really, really warm, maybe even breaking a 78-year-old record. I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your zone by zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Pretty good looking day, and now we're starting to see those winds start to crank up, and what's happening here is it's just pumping in that warmer air along with that sunshine. It's a good looking day. It doesn't feel all that bad, but it's going to be pretty warm later on this afternoon in low to mid 80s. You can see the trees, even some of the leaves are changing. Good looking shot right there, but these trees are going off in the wind already 10 to 15 miles per hour. Gets a little bit stronger than that later on this afternoon. We're in the upper 60s to lower 70s out and about, 70 degrees now in Frankfort, and down south Monticello, that is the hot spot at 71 degrees, 66 now over toward Breathitt County and Hazard there in Perry County. So we get toward the afternoon, we'll have a few clouds here and there. It'll be 83 degrees. No rain chance for today. It looks pretty good. Off toward the ball fields later on this evening. I don't see any problems, and actually feels really nice at the ball fields later on this evening. It's 77 there at 8 p.m. Let's talk about this cold front that's going to be moving on in. Tomorrow, don't forget about this. Tomorrow, I have in my forecast 85 degrees. The record high is 87. We'll actually see if it actually reaches 87 degrees. There is a possibility that it actually reaches that, and if so, yeah, we'll break a record tomorrow, at least tie one. We'll see. But then we head towards your Wednesday, still pretty warm. That front is still to the north of us. I'd say if anybody has the chance of rain on Wednesday, it's going to be far northern Kentucky, up toward the river. That's going to be your best bet. Other than that, the rest of us stay dry. So it's really not the rain chance there on Wednesday. It's mainly on Thursday. Thursday is when the bulk of the rain moves on in. But remember, our temperatures are still there. The only thing that's going to drop our temperatures on Thursday is the rain. That's it. So yeah, you'll see still some 70s, a couple of 80s there on Thursday. But then on Friday, here comes the upper 50s, lower 60s, 59 showing up in northern Kentucky, and then some lower 60s across central and southern zones. That's a big shot of cooler air. You'll really feel it, just a huge temperature swing. So the breakdown of the forecast, here's your 7-day and what you can expect, because there's a lot going into this forecast. Next 3 days in the 80s, it'll be warm, it'll be dry. Off towards your Thursday, there you go with that cold front moving on through, and that is going to bring showers and thunderstorms. There's a pretty good chance right now, and more than likely, I've just been watching this past couple of days, more than likely we'll continue to see that chances of rain increase there on Thursday. So more than likely, you may end up with 100% chance of rain. It's just 4 days out. We don't like to put 100% 4 days out, because you're just not extremely confident once you get past 3 days. So there you go on Thursday, a good chance of rain. Friday, Saturday, now you're talking about some cooler air rushing on in. We may even end up in the upper 30s in a couple of valley spots, like Cynthiana, you know, the cold spots here and there. So yeah, here comes a big blast of cold air. You'll feel it after some pretty warm days the next 3 days.
Well, we're getting there.
You know who you are out there with those cold
yeah,
thermometers,
you know where you
right?
are. That's exactly right.
Well, most married couples would like to think their wedding days were unique. One Minnesota couple nailed it, and you can judge for yourself.
That's because they swapped the petals for puppies instead of flowers. They held rescue puppies in their pictures. Catherine and Brad Zemer had a great idea. They both support Secondhand Hounds up in Minnesota. That's an organization that rescues dogs from kill shelters. We don't know how many of the wedding pups were adopted, but the cute factor, no doubt about it, it was high. Take a look.
And
the
I bet
ring bearers had some.
I bet a lot of those were adopted. You know, once you have it in your arms, it's like, oh, I can't give it up. How cute. Great idea.
Yeah, there
I
she
love
gets
it.
a kiss from the little pooch, too.
Well, puppy kisses are great, too.
Yeah.
A soldier is tested after returning home from the battlefield, while a coming-of-age film explores a young man's struggles with his identity.
Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
What you looking at me like that for?
Trevante Rhodes plays a gay man growing up in a drug-infested Miami neighborhood in Moonlight. The film unfolds over 3 stages of his character's life.
It's a movie about acceptance, learning to accept yourself, learning to love yourself, learning to love others.
Moonlight opens in limited release this Friday. Actor Joe Alwyn and the cast of Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk walked the red carpet for the movie's world premiere at the New York Film Festival. The Ang Lee film is based on Ben Fountain's award-winning novel. Alwyn plays an Iraq war hero home for a victory tour, but a celebration during the halftime of a football game brings back memories of a deadly firefight.
Essentially, it is hard, a coming-of-age story for him and him finding out who he is in the world and where he belongs and where he wants to go and who he wants to be.
Billy Lynn's long halftime walk opens in theaters next month. And a new film from co-stars Robert Pattinson and Sienna Miller premiered on the last day of the festival this weekend. The Lost City of Z is the story of an explorer looking for a lost city in the Amazon.
Those opportunities just don't happen. We're like in the absolute middle of nowhere for months. I mean, you can completely commit to a character.
The Lost City of Z hits theaters next year. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Okay, coming right up, getting a head start on your Christmas shopping.
We'll tell you about a unique idea, all to help a good cause. Stay with us. Tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot is $20 million, and Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $136 million.
Welcome back in. It's so good to have you with us on WKYT. If you're looking for a unique idea for that hard-to-buy-for person on your Christmas shopping list this season, here's an idea. You can purchase a Christmas card in their honor.
To tell us more about it, we're joined by Bonnie Gray, president of the Salvation Army Women's Auxiliary in Richmond. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Well, thank you. I'm really honored to be here.
This is a big fundraiser for the Salvation Army over in Madison County and the surrounding counties you serve as well, right?
Yes.
How does this work?
Well, it works like this. We had an artist from Lexington paint this large painting, and then it was supposed to, reflect something Christmassy. So here you have the courthouse and the lighted Christmas tree, and then kids around being read to by Santa's helper, I guess, and a sleigh back here with gifts. And so you might think that after the kids get read to a little bit, maybe they're going to get a gift from Santa or Santa's helper, and that's our beautiful courthouse in Richmond.
It's a very sweet scene. I really like that.
Yes, thank you. Artist here named Dorothy Swope painted it. So then we took this large painting and we had it reduced to a 5x7 card for the front of a card.
Yes. Oh, I love that. That's really nice.
And then the idea is that if you can't think of anything to buy somebody, or you just want to buy them something that will matter somehow.
Instead of another trinket, right?
Right. Yeah. These cost only $10, and you can see on the inside it says a donation has been made to the Salvation Army in your honor by, and then you sign your name. And I even made a little variation on that. It's the same card basically, but the inside is geared to if you wanted to use one of these in memory of somebody.
Very nice.
Bonnie,
very nice
tell us about the good works that the Salvation Army does over there in Madison.
Well, the Salvation Army is really busy. We have a shelter, a soup kitchen that now is serving over 100 people a day at lunch. Not every day, but there is a place to eat in Richmond every day for folks. And they do this canteen on Saturday for children in neighborhoods. I think that's the really interesting one. People go over at early in the morning on Saturday, make 200 sandwiches, big vats of good soup, and then they put it in our emergency truck that just sits there because hopefully we don't have any emergencies that we have to take it out for. Right. And they go into the neighborhood, and the kids come to the window and they get hot soup and a sandwich and a fruit and a drink.
Very important.
Cost is $10 per card, but keep in mind that is a donation to the Salvation Army there in Madison County, and through December 25th. Those will be available weekdays from 9 until 5 at the Richmond Area Arts Council, and that's down there at Water Street in Lancaster.
Right.
Yeah. And then hopefully folks will take advantage.
Well, I hope so.
That's good work.
We want to raise $20,000.
Well,
there
hope you make that goal and more.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, keep it right here on Mid-Morning.
We're going to be right back in just a moment with more.
Every time we share a new pork chop recipe with you, our website lights up. I guess it only makes sense since pork chops are one of the best values in the meat case, and they cook up super quick. So let me share a new one that we just came up with that is so fitting for this time of year. We start off by combining some apple cider or apple juice with a splash of apple cider vinegar and a bit of garlic in a baking dish. To that, we add 4 pork chops and let them marinate in the fridge for about 2 hours. As for the chops, they can be bone-in or boneless. That's up to you. After they marinate, we season them with some salt and pepper and saute them in a hot skillet until they're cooked through. While they're cooking, we saute a chopped apple with a bit of butter, and when it's tender, we add in some of the marinade. Once this boils, we thicken it up with a bit of the marinade that we mix with some flour and cinnamon, and it's ready to serve. What makes this so nice is that it's packed with flavor, it's seasonal, and super budget-friendly. So why not go online and get the recipe for our orchard pork chops? I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a very juicy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. You know what? The forecast, kind of depending on which way you look at it, it actually looks pretty good. It's a forecast for everybody out there. If you're watching right now, there's part of this forecast that you have to like. If you like cool temperatures, that's later on in the work week off into the weekend. If you like really warm temperatures, well, that's today and the next few days. If you like rain, it's in there on Thursday. It's just all over the map, guys, and it's a very crazy forecast. We're going to really jot down the details coming up at noon.
Okay.
You called it crazy.
Thank you for joining us on WKYT at Mid-Morning, and we will see you right back here with all the latest at noon.
Have a great day, everybody.